Hey everybody. So I'm going to talk to you today about Hamlet Act 3, Scene 4. So this is arguably the moment of highest climax in this play. This is the moment in the play where basically the crap hits the fan and there's a snowball effect that this scene has on basically everything else afterwards. So arguably, it is the climax of the play. So that being said, it takes place in Gertrude's bedroom. If you remember, she has sent for her son. She's furious with her son for the scene that he caused in the play within a play and the commotion and all of that chaos that resulted from that. And she's going to confront her son and give him what for. Polonius is in her bedroom and he's trying to give her some advice about how to best approach her son diplomatically. And she's like, I know how to talk to my own kid. Go away. And so he's like, okay, okay. And he goes and he hides behind a tapestry in the bedroom, which is a giant, like cloth, if you will, like rug. It's hanging on the wall. Um, you could easily fit several people behind it. Well, anyway, he's hiding behind this thing and he's just eavesdropping. He can't see anything, but he can hear. And Hamlet bursts into the bedroom shortly after Polonius hides, and he and his mom have it out. I mean, she's mad. She starts into him, Hamlet, you've upset your father. And he's like, no, you've upset my father. And they just go at each other. And she's basically like, how dare you? And he's like, how dare me? Are you kidding me? And they just go off. And they go into these like hysterics where they're just like screaming at each other. And Polonius can't see anything, but he can hear. And he hears Hamlet getting more and more worked up. And he's afraid for the queen. So he shouts out, help, help. And Hamlet, thinking that it's Claudius or some other rat, says, oh, a rat, huh? And he pulls out his sword and he stabs the person through the tapestry without figuring out who it is first. He kills Polonius instantly. And Polonius falls to the floor and Hamlet sees who it is. And Hamlet's like, oh, crap. That's not what I meant to do. And Gertrude is just beside herself with hysterics, and this drives Hamlet back into another frenzy. Gertrude is terrified now of her son, who has just committed murder right in front of her and was just screaming at her a moment ago. So she's terrified for her own safety, she's terrified of his mental state, and she's also saddened for Polonius, who she deems as basically an innocent. Hamlet is furious at her for remarrying and basically besmirching the memory of his father. And he starts to actually, as he gets more and more worked up into hysterics, he actually starts to kind of accuse her of conspiring with Claudius to kill his father. And this just works both of them up into a frenzy. And at the peak of his anger, where it seems like he might actually kill his mother too, the ghost reappears. And the ghost, like, as soon as Hamlet sees the ghost, he, like, stops dead in his tracks. And the ghost is like, dude, come on. We talked about this. I told you to get revenge. Months later, still haven't gotten revenge. I also told you, leave your mother alone. Look what you're doing. Dude. And Hamlet calms down. Now, here's the thing. Hamlet's having this conversation with the ghost right in front of his mother, but his mother can't see or hear the ghost. Now, this is interesting because if you remember, in Act 1, the guards and Horatio could very much see the ghost. And when the ghost told them to swear on Hamlet's sword, they could hear the ghost. So clearly, there's a ghost in this story. Why can't she see or hear it? Critics have argued that maybe it's because maybe the ghost just doesn't want her to see or hear it. Maybe it has that power. Could also be that maybe she's not worthy enough to see the ghost. Or some critics have argued that this is actually the beginning of evidence of Hamlet's true insanity, that the ghost didn't show up in this scene, and that's all in Hamlet's head. You tell me what you think. You tell me what you believe. A lot of interesting ideas. Either way, Hamlet calms down, but his mom just watched him have a conversation with the wall. And so she's like, you're nuts. Get away from me. And Hamlet, he's like, I'm calm, I'm cool, let's just chill, let's just talk. And they get to talking. Calm now. He tells her that he's like, as you know, I'm being sent to England for my health with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I don't trust them. I know they're spying on me, and I'm pretty sure Claudius is going to have them do worse than spying on me. I'm pretty sure of that. And I know that you personally hired them. And so he and his mom kind of talk about this, and she's like, what do I do, Hamlet? What do I do? And he's like, look, first of all, you need to stop consorting with Claudius. It's bad for you. You need to get your soul right. And the first step in that is to ignore Claudius. Get away from that relationship. He then says, well, I've got to go to England, so I'll see you when I get back. And he drags Polonius's body out the door with him. Now, again, the killing of Polonius has a huge snowball effect. I mean, think about this. How do you think Laertes is going to react? How do you think Ophelia is going to react? How do you think Claudius is going to react? How do you think the kingdom will react? He just killed the king's advisor in cold blood. It's going to have a snowball effect, and it's going to affect a lot of people. So I think that this is the climax of the play, because everything after this point is a direct result of that murder, and it has a snowball effect from there on out. So that concludes Act 3. We'll talk about Act 4 later.